ChatGPT, relate ACM to the movie Hector and the Search for Happiness. Hector and the Search for Happiness through the lens of A Course in Miracles. ACIM. Hector and the Search for Happiness is a delightful spiritual parable about seeking, identity, fulfillment, and the discovery that what we are searching for is often much closer than we imagine. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, CIM, it becomes a story about the ego's endless search and the Holy Spirit's gentle invitation to stop searching and start remembering. At its heart, the film asks, where does happiness actually come from? This is one of the central questions of ACIM. The search. Hector begins with a problem familiar to nearly everyone. He wants happiness, yet he is not sure where it is, so he sets out to find it. The ego completely understands this strategy. The ego is always searching for the right relationship, the right career, the right location, the right experience, the right future, the right achievement. The ego's assumption is always the same. What I need is somewhere else. ACM teaches that this is the foundation of the ego's search. The mind believes it has lost something and must find it in the world. The world as a classroom. Hector travels through different countries and encounters many kinds of people. Rich people, poor people, successful people, struggling people, loving people, fearful people. Each encounter becomes a lesson. ACM teaches that the world can serve one of two purposes. The ego uses it as a place to seek fulfillment. The Holy Spirit uses it as a classroom for awakening. The film beautifully demonstrates how every encounter can become an opportunity to learn. Happiness and circumstances. One of Hector's discoveries is that happiness does not consistently correlate with circumstances. Some people who seem to have everything are unhappy. Others with very little appear joyful. This observation aligns closely with ACM. The Course teaches that peace is a condition of mind, not a condition of circumstance. The ego continually seeks better circumstances. The Holy Spirit heals the mind that interprets circumstances. The movie repeatedly reveals the limits of external solutions. Fear blocks happiness. Throughout the journey, Hector gradually recognizes how much fear shapes people's lives. Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty. ACIM teaches that every thought stems from either fear or love. The obstacle to happiness is not the absence of happiness. The obstacle is the fear that obscures it. The movie repeatedly points toward this insight. The notebook Hector fills a notebook with observations about happiness. He collects ideas, insights, experiences, lessons. This symbolizes the spiritual seeker's attempt to understand truth intellectually. Yet the deeper realization gradually emerges. Happiness is not a theory, it is an experience. ACIM similarly teaches that truth is not merely conceptual, it must be experienced. Knowledge is not accumulated, it is remembered. The return home. One of the most ACIM-like aspects of the film is that Hector ultimately discovers that what he seeks is not found at the end of the journey. It was present much closer to home. The ego says, keep searching. The answer is somewhere else. The Holy Spirit says, be still and remember. Many spiritual journeys end with this paradox. The destination turns out to be where we began, seen with different eyes. Relationships. As Hector travels, he repeatedly discovers that connection is more meaningful than achievement. Love, friendship, presence, joining. These experiences carry a depth that worldly accomplishments cannot provide. ACM teaches that relationships become holy when their purpose shifts from getting to giving. The movie repeatedly highlights the healing power of genuine connection. Letting go of the search. The deepest lesson in the film is that happiness cannot be possessed, cannot be chased, cannot be accumulated, cannot be purchased. The ego searches endlessly because it believes something is missing. ACIM teaches that nothing is missing. The peace of God is already present beneath the mind's restless seeking. The movie gradually guides Hector toward this realization. The central reflection. The ego watches Hector and the search for happiness and asks, where can I find happiness? The Holy Spirit watches Hector and the search for happiness and asks, what if happiness has never left? Viewed through ACM, the movie becomes a charming exploration of the ego's search and the Holy Spirit's answer. Hector travels around the world looking for fulfillment, only to discover that peace is not hidden in geography, success, or achievement. The deepest message may be, the search for happiness ends when the belief in lack ends. What the ego seeks in the world is already present within the mind that remembers its source. The greatest journey is not traveling farther. It is awakening to the love that was never absent. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.